I know how much you hated that.
All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for hopping on. It's time for us to start, but so we don't want to waste your time. We want you to be able to get everything you need to. And if you want, after this, while we're talking, if you want to take notes and you want to write down some questions, we will be more than happy to follow up with you at the end of this. But hey, Linnea, what are we here?
Hey, Amy.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Well, we're in Missouri, freezing. But aside from freezing in Missouri, I'm really excited actually for what we're going to talk about tonight. My name's Linnea, and my background, I'm a nurse practitioner. And tonight we are going to talk about something today that you could do to start something new today. And that's going to be one of two things. We're going to talk about generational health, which is my passion with my background. We're going to talk about generational wealth.
I'm all in for this.
I don't know who you are.
Set your watch.
That was Siri.
Yeah. So generational health and generational wealth.
Yeah.
Sign me up, because that would be awesome to help me, my family, and my friends. So
yeah.
What do you want to start with? Tell me about how did you get started? What is this?
You know how I got started? This is really funny. I got started because this girl over here introduced me to the nutrition.
Oh, yeah.
Hiking Mount Scott, which if you haven't done it, it's straight up and down 5.5 miles. And we were on the mountain, and she introduced me to the nutrition products. And it blew my mind because I trusted her. She has a medical background as well. And we both believe in a lifestyle. And on day 3, it was like a light switch. My whole life changed. I was not having pain anymore. I was losing the bloat. I was losing the brain fog. I just felt so much better. And I was working in a very busy pediatric clinic. Okay. And I was just blown away. I was in such shock that this worked as well as it did. That I actually started doing research on it and nerding out, because that's my background, right? So I just started researching it like crazy. It was insane. So when I did the research, you guys know, I mean, what's the big buzzwords right now, right?
In this household, gut.
It's gut health. And we know that our gut is our second brain. We know it's the command center of our body. We know that it directly interacts with our immune system. It helps and interacts with our metabolism. And when our gut is unhealthy, we have anxiety, depression. We're not sleeping well. We have a negative brain fog. Yeah. So those are symptoms of inflammation. And when we have those symptoms, we're set up for chronic illness. So diabetes and heart disease and cancers and obesity, that's all coming from not having a healthy gut. There's so much research out there, guys. And when I was doing that research,
we were just talking about that today. What about that insulin resistance?
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. So actually, that's right. We were just talking about that. Over 50%, so about 52% of Americans are either pre-diabetic or diabetic, and most of them are walking around and don't even know about it. And it's because of what's called insulin resistance. And basically, anybody that is living an American Western lifestyle, if you are eating that Westernized American food that we all were growing up on, you have an unhealthy gut. You have an unhealthy gut. You have some kind of inflammation, which is brain fog, fatigue, energy, low energy, not able to concentrate.
But not to judge, because we all did it.
Yeah.
And we would probably still be doing it if
she hadn't hiked that mountain that day and shared those products with me. I'd still be running around like crazy in the clinic, trying to survive and grind it out every day. I was in survival mode, and now I'm thriving. Truly. Yeah. It was insane. So this is what's really cool though, is I've been doing this like 3 years now? Yeah. I've been living this lifestyle
almost 3
years. Yeah. It's just a sustainable, healthy lifestyle that synergistically literally works together to get your gut healthy. And that's what we want to do, is get your gut healthy. And when we get your gut healthy, we can improve your overall quality of life and your health.
And the fact you say you did it for 3 years is unheard of, because being consistent with anything, whether it's a diet, whether it's chores, whether it's your job, being consistent is hard. It's hard for me. And so the fact that you are a testimony, you've done this for 3 years, this has got to be something that's user friendly
Yeah,
and doable.
it's crazy. It's like I'm
Yeah.
48 years old and I feel younger and better now than I did in my 20s and 30s. I
Yeah,
really
like-
do. Well,
You look amazing. You don't look it. So
this girl's not telling you, but she's kissing 50. No, she is 50. She just turned 50. She's half a century. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I let the cat out of the bag, but does she look half a century? Does it? So what was it about Arbonne's products that you liked?
Well, it started with the nutrition, and it did, because I would have never walked that mountain. I had friends that asked me to walk that mountain for years.
That was me. Every weekend I asked her.
And I had multiple knee surgeries. I had every excuse, and I allowed those excuses to keep me from working out. And so when I actually did say, yeah, sure, I'll go walk. I think
The
everyone had a
day-
small heart attack.
No,
I
because
said,
the
"Yeah."
day she said she would walk the mountain and actually introduced me to the nutrition, we had a bet going, and her college roommate, who's our mutual friend, bet $20 that she wasn't showing up. And I believed in her, and she showed up. And then she introduced me to this amazing lifestyle, which changed my life.
So that's how it started, was the nutrition. And I was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. And
mhm.
so if it wasn't for a speech therapist I worked with offer me a fizz stick, and I didn't know what that was, I would have never thought twice. I would have just kept doing what I was doing. So the nutrition really is what got me started. And as I started feeling better and I started sharing and telling my story with my friends, I saw them get better. And I thought, oh my gosh, we've got something here. So I started using more of the products. I started using not only what was going inside of me, but what was going on outside of me. And what was really, what I say is kind of a God thing, was at the same time, my husband was in medical school and applying to get into a dermatology residency, which is highly competitive. So now I will glad to say he got accepted into dermatology residency. And so that got me looking into the skincare. So not only what was going in me was feeling better, now I'm starting to learn about ingredients and how they affect you. So what was nice, I had my personal physician, dermatology resident on hand to say, hey, look at this product, look at this ingredient. What do you think about this? And he was educating me on it. Just only takes a few seconds.
He was using the products.
Yeah, he was.
He was using the products
Yeah.
going, wow.
He was using my product.
Yeah.
So then I had to end up getting more products. So he had his own. But yeah, he absolutely was.
Well, and what I love
Yeah.
is, I mean, really our skin's the largest organ,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And so I know when I was in clinic, just like your husband, when I was working in clinic, if I write a prescription for something like a blood pressure medication that goes on your skin or a nicotine patch,
Mhm.
if I put something on your skin, I'm doing that because I know it's absorbing in your skin. So do you know how fast?
Seconds.
Seconds. You put things on your skin, it's absorbed into your blood system and goes throughout your body in seconds.
Yeah.
So what we're putting on our body really matters. So we want to get healthy inside and we want to get our gut healthy,
Yeah.
which really, I mean, you were on the road traveling with your job. You had your own huge business, and you always traveled. So having something that was portable, easy, I didn't have to think and do the meal planning.
It came in sets. And so that was what made it user friendly. And I also, I work hard for my money, so I appreciate my dollars.
Mhm.
So when I heard that if you buy something in a set, you get the best bang for your buck, it was a win-win-win for me, because not only am I getting a set, it has everything I need in it, I'm getting the best deal for it financially. So I feel good about it. But all I had to do was what it said. Number 1, do this. Number 2, do that. Number 3, do that. And I was just consistent with it for 30 days. And after that 30-day challenge to myself, I saw a difference. That's all I needed.
Yeah, I mean, for
So-
me, it was literally day 3, and they do say in the research, your gut can get healthy in 3 days. It can
Yeah.
also get unhealthy in 3 days.
Yes, yes.
But it truly is that fast. So then,
Yeah.
well, so then when you look at this, you know, we're talking about generational health. And when I talk about generational health, I'm passionate because obviously I worked with pediatrics, right? So I work with kids and that's my heart. And when I get to teach
Yes.
the parent
Oh gosh.
and give them a
Yeah.
tool
Mhm.
that's easy, they can take with them. There's not a lot of meal prepping. It's synergistic. It gets their gut healthy without having
Right.
to think and spend all this money on all these groceries and trying to do all that while juggling their kids and all the activities and trying to get through the daily grind. When they start feeling better, more is caught than taught. And so
Mhm.
those kids are watching. And I
Yeah.
can't even tell you how many times I've had clients send me pictures of their kids cooking with them and eating healthier and trying new foods because they're mimicking what their parents are doing. And it just trickles out. And that's where the generational health comes in. And that's my passion. I mean, truly my mission is to positively impact others' health and wellness through education and coaching to create generational health. And that's truly what I do when I get to do this as a business.
Right. So
Let's talk about the
yeah,
business.
so that's what I was going to say. You said you like to teach. Well,
Mhm.
here we are. We have clean nutrition. We have clean skincare. Why not go share that with the people you love? Well, when I heard Linnea was telling me how she loved working in the clinic, but she also, being military family, had family members all across the country, and she didn't like not having the flexibility to go see them family when they wanted to, or having to ask permission. And she liked to teach. I said, boy, have I got something for you. And I thought, man, this company, you could go out and just share it and help people improve their lives, their quality of life, whether it's medically or spiritually, right? Mentally. How about financially?
Yeah.
You could earn money doing this.
Yeah.
And
And I'll be honest, I didn't see it right away. I was
Yeah.
very narrow-minded and I was
Yeah.
in my lane working as a nurse practitioner, and I was so busy and stressed. I
yeah.
couldn't even stop to take a breath, but I knew Amy had my best intentions for me. She's a
I
good
did.
friend. So I listened and I put it in the back of my mind, and I listened and I put it back in my mind. And how long did and it was on the mountain whenever we would hike, because on the mountain is where everything comes out. So on the mountain, I would vent about what I didn't like about.
And I hated that because I hate seeing my friends struggle. I hated hearing the negative things that could be fixed, that was fixable. Having some flexibility could really have taken a lot of that stress away from you.
Oh, absolutely.
Being in charge of your own schedule.
I was just talking to my mom recently, and she says she saw a picture of me on Facebook from like 5 years ago, because I've been doing this about 3 years, and then compared to now. And she's like, I never thought you looked bad until I saw your picture now compared to it. And she goes, you really were stressed and unhealthy. I'm like, yeah you think? Well, it was rough.
We have a skincare line called Age Well for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they knew what they were doing when they named it Age Well.
Well, and
if you're going to age, you might as well age well.
Yeah. And it was getting out of that clinic environment where I was trying to grind it out, and I was in a toxic environment, and I was working for somebody else. They didn't care about me or the patients. They cared about the bottom line and the dollar.
Yeah.
And that's not my heart. That's not my heart at all. And Amy saw that. And every time I would vent on the mountain, she would connect the dots for me, because she had this vision of what it could be. And I didn't see it, guys. And I wish now, looking back, I wish I had listened more closely then. Yeah. So I just ask you to be open-minded and ask questions, because I was closed off. But I will tell you, a year later, I'd been using the products for a year. And when it was the aha moment and it hit me, and it took my son having cancer, it still gives me chills. My son having cancer at Walter Reed, going through treatment. And while I'm on family emergency leave, my job calling me and saying they were going to fire me because I wasn't in clinic making the money. I was at my son's bedside taking care of him while literally he was like almost dying from the cancer treatment. And they wanted me to take care of other people's kids and not focus on my child. And that was my aha moment, to step back. And I don't know that I did it so pleasantly, but I resigned. And then I stepped back and I opened my mind and I said, what does this look like? And I realized that holistic health and wellness, that's for everybody. That is something that is included from cradle to grave. That is something from newborn to end of life that we should be including in everything. And our medical system is reactive, not proactive. We don't have the time to talk about it. And on this platform, we can share this. And this is the vehicle that allows me to do that. I get to educate and help people from all different backgrounds, from all over really, we're a global company. We're a global company, and we've been around for 43 years. Yeah. And I get to work from my phone. So literally I started working from my phone at my son's bedside while he got chemo treatment in between medical rounds. It was crazy. Well,
the technology, it's funny you say that, because that's really what drove me to start the business. I was physical therapist. I was traveling to schools, working with special needs kids. And when the pandemic hit, we weren't allowed to, but these kids still needed services. And so we were having to learn real quick about technology and how we could still help these kids and these families that needed our services. And so I had to pivot. I had to learn a new skill set and get with the technology. And it was through the technology I was able to not only help my students, but I was also able to share with them another thing that could help them. And that was through their nutrition. I was able to share with the family about how just sharing the nutrition with their friends and family could help them earn an income. So many people were losing their jobs, couldn't go to work, couldn't pay bills, stressed, struggling.
Or having special needs children and not being able to leave
So
their
many-
child
so
to
many
go to
stresses.
work. Yeah. And just now with inflation and the
Okay.
cost of groceries and just the cost of day to day, what is it nowadays? You have to make what, about $500 extra a month to live
The
the same
same.
way you were a year ago.
Yeah, the same.
I mean, that's insane, guys. And when I look at this business opportunity, this was not something that I ever thought I would be doing. And I'm so grateful for it. And
Because we're not salespeople.
well, no, and I don't consider it sales. I
Right,
know
right.
it is a sales business, but what it is education and
Mhm.
sharing what I love. This is life-changing. This is something different than anything else out there, guys. I can tell you with my background, I've done the research, I've seen other programs. There is a reason that I left my clinic job. I take my career seriously. There is a reason that I leaped over and thought about it and said, this is everything I wanted. I love serving others. I want to help people on a health journey. I want to create health. I want kids to be healthy, parents to be healthy. I want people to have an improved quality of life and something sustainable. There's so many gimmicks and fad crash diets and things out there. It's overwhelming and people don't even know where to start. But this is something, like I said, that's sustainable and easy. And we have a team that can help. We
And are you
coach.
working this 8 hours a day?
No, I work it consistently, but not constantly. I get to decide what and how much time I
Yeah.
can work it around. So my daughter came home from college and she was home over winter break. And normally I would be grinding it out in the clinic and then I'd be bringing my charts home and I would have no time with her and I wouldn't be able to take time off during the holidays. And instead, what I did was I looked ahead at my calendar and I made my appointments on what I was going to be doing. And I was able to, when there were things that she and I were going to do together, I was able to make my appointments around that so that my, because, you know, I've always said my family is the most important thing to me. I was just talking to someone about this.
Yeah, we were just talking about
Weren't
this.
we?
We had a long drive here.
Okay, we did have a long drive trying to beat the snowstorm. And we were talking that, you know, I always said family is first, but my family was really never my priority if you looked at what I was doing, because where I was putting my energy was into my job at the clinic, taking care of others. And I was so exhausted and depleted that when I would come home and bring work home with me, I never truly plugged into what, and I wasn't present. And now I can stop and be present. I can actually, I mean, we had the best time over winter break. And I'm sad that I missed so many years with her getting to do that, but I'm grateful that I finally figured out how to pivot and do what I love doing and provide for my family and have the flexibility to do it from anywhere. And like, I have family all over, like Amy said, we're military and I can work from anywhere. And it's what you put into it. I mean, you can go to earnings.arbonne.com and we can go through, but you know, we'll go through the levels with you so you have a little idea, but earnings.arbonne.com has kind of the layout of the different levels and what's possible and what the averages are. But when I worked in clinic, I wasn't average. I've
No.
always been the overachiever just naturally, because when I'm taking care of people, I don't say I don't have a standard down here. My standard's already way up here.
Well, if you're going to do a job, you do it well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Put everything into it.
and
Why
it's-
bother? That was
and
always
it's
our family
people.
growing up.
It's people, it's
Yeah.
families, you know? So, and I think if you step back and you think about like, where would you be in a year and where would you be in 5 years if you don't change something about your health or your income stream today?
Yeah.
Think about what that looks like if nothing changes for your health journey, whatever that is for you from a health standpoint or from a business income stream standpoint, whether it's a plan B or extra income. I mean, just think, are you able in your current career to make an extra $500 a month just like that? Can you generate that just to live the way you were before? Because I know in my job, working my tail off, I wouldn't have gotten a raise that high. I wouldn't have gotten a bonus. And I wouldn't have been able to make up for that income.
Well, I just think some people are still recovering from the couple years ago.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's hard to get caught back up when you're out of control. So it was a control thing. But what we're finding is because of what happened, let's look at the good side. The good side is we all got on technology. We all had to learn a new skill set. And so what this has allowed us is, instead of me just working with the people that are right around me,
Yeah, I can
or
work
my
anywhere.
inner circle or the circles right next to me, I am reaching out to people across the country.
Yeah.
And so I see that as a
People
good
I knew
thing.
from high school that I
Yeah.
have gotten to reconnect with and see
Yeah.
about their I mean, it's just a blessing. I never had time to connect with people and talk to my people I wanted to keep in touch with because I was
Right.
always in the clinic working hard. And you know
It's-
what's really cool about this though? There's so many backgrounds in this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Touch
So,
on that. Like, I mean,
well,
I'm saying I'm medical and she's medical.
you
Physical
don't have to be
physical
medical, though.
therapy, nurse practitioner, but you
Yeah.
honestly, there's so many backgrounds.
There are teachers. I'm telling you right now, there's so many teachers in this
Oh,
business.
yeah. Teachers have a serving heart. And to be able to work from home around their
Yes.
kids' schedule, or if
Yes.
they have young babies, or maybe they need that extra income stream, but it's serving others, guys.
And they're not just working the business, they're very successful in the
Oh,
business
Yeah.
because it's doable. Really, it has to do with, are you willing to share it? Are you willing to share healthy nutrition? Are you willing to share clean skincare? Because if you're willing to share it, you can earn money doing that. And it blows my mind to this day because I was brought up traditionally educational. You got to get your degree, you got to have your job, you got to have benefits and all that. And I was dreaming small. I think I was dreaming small
Well, that's
because
the norm. That's what
I wasn't dreaming like an entrepreneur.
No, the norm is you go in, you clock in, you clock out, you get paid for those hours. When
Yeah.
you don't work, you might get some vacation time. But like when I was on emergency leave, I ran out of getting paid. So I had no paycheck coming in because I had no more time off.
Yeah.
But what we create here, when I say generational wealth, to tie that back in, I am creating income that's going to be ongoing in my business. And I can do something once and continue to make an income from that. And I can teach others to duplicate and do the same thing I'm
Yeah.
doing, helping other people. Because when you help people and you serve others, everything else falls into place, right? And
So I'm
and
a
then-
numbers girl. I'm a
oh yeah,
numbers
you're
girl.
the numbers girl, not me.
Okay.
I'm the clinician.
So
You
what
do
I
the
would say
numbers.
I've had my own business. I've got my training,
That
I've got
is
my
true.
education. There's a lot of money invested that. I have my own contract company. There's a lot of money spent just to maintain it. So let me tell you about, if you want to start your own business, for $49, you can start your own business.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's it.
crazy. She told me that at first. I was like,
That's it.
I actually did sign up as a consultant right away.
But you get the software you need for your business. And it's just a one-time sign up. There's no monthly, you don't
Yeah.
have to carry inventory. You don't
No,
have to
because
have stuff
I signed
sent
up
to
right
you.
away as a consultant and I didn't buy something every month. I didn't even decide to work the business initially for a while. I was just doing it because I was cheap and I wanted the discount and there was a bigger discount.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
But from a business perspective, I have never had such a small investment to have such a big business.
Yeah, the return input versus output. You put just a small amount in
Yeah.
and we partner and mentor. So I didn't have the skill set. I mean, there's a learning there. We have all the training and you get access
Yeah.
to all of that. And we have so many different backgrounds, from pharmacists to HR, to corporate, to stay-at-home moms, to people who had cleaning businesses or worked for cleaning companies.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
talked about teachers, hairstylists, massage therapists, so many, I mean,
Yeah.
other entrepreneurs. I mean, it doesn't matter what your background is. We all have a skill set to learn, and it's not hard, but you do have to be consistent. It's not, I wouldn't say it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple as long as you follow in and do the system and are consistent.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the business, there's only 4 levels. And I think of it like sports. You have your districts, then you go to play your areas, then you play your
Oh, I like
regions,
that.
then you play your nationals,
I
right? Or
like
your
that.
state.
Yeah.
And so that's how
what-
I keep it simple, right?
So at district level, guys, like I
Yeah.
tell you, I was making no income. And when I started this business from my son's hospital bed, literally on my cell phone in between chemo rounds and medical rounds, I was able to promote to the first level, and I just followed the system. There wasn't anything magical. I just had to be taught what that
Mhm.
was, and they partnered with me. And I was able, at the first level, you can make $500 to $1,000 per month. And there's even some cash bonuses that they have right now that could give you an additional $2,500
And
at the
I-
first level.
And I was looking to get to that first level because that's the money I needed to pay for the products
Well,
I wanted
the-
without taking away from my household.
Well, the $500 would, I mean, just think about
And then
groceries
some.
and gas,
Yeah.
the $500 a month, that's the first level. And you don't need a team to do that. You can do
Yeah.
that easily on your own. So
A couple of your friends and family, if you share it with them, that's the first way to get to your first promotion.
and
That's
the
how it
mag-
was for me.
the magic really is, you don't even think about the promotion in the levels, because you're truly, when you have people come back to you and tell you how amazing they feel and how you changed their life, their energy, their mental health, their gut, like all of the things. It's like it perpetuates itself because the products are that good and work that well.
I say that's addictive too,
It-
because when your closest friends start feeling better, oh my gosh, I want to go share that because you love the feeling of
Well,
helping people.
We get to do life together now, guys.
Yeah.
So we used to never see each other unless we could get each other on the mountain once a week. And now I'm at her house for a week in Missouri because I can, because nobody's telling me what I can and can't do. I'm not tied to a clinic or somebody else's agenda. I'm my own boss. We've been working together today.
Yeah.
And we get to do life together. We had this, oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We laughed the whole ride up here, but we get to choose where we work and how we work and who we work with. And I get to work with one of my besties every day.
And she didn't say, but what level she is. She quickly went from a district level to an area level. That's the second
Oh,
level.
the second level.
And
yeah.
what's cool about area level, and never in any business have I ever worked, any hospital have I ever worked, that if something happened to me, that my family could continue to earn my income.
Yeah, it's a
And
will
at area level, this company allows that.
Yeah.
It still blows me away to this day.
Yeah, it's willable. That means your family could either continue where your business was, whoever you decided to will it to, or they could collect whatever income was still being generated in your business.
It's
They could-
unheard of.
But in other companies, they don't do that. They
No.
take that away from you if something happens. But in
Yeah.
our company, they're
Right.
really good about taking care of people. There's a reason that people stay in this business 20, 30, 40. This is something I can do for the rest of my life. I couldn't grind it out in the clinic for the rest of my life, but I can do this for as long as I want to.
So if you're interested in this business, I would be thinking area minimum
Yeah.
area level,
Well,
because that's what's really going to change the trajectory of your family.
Right. Well, what's the third level?
Third level would be regional vice
So
president.
region, like we talk
RVP.
sports. What do we get at RVP? What is that?
RVP. We're working for it, but RVP, this is where you earn, because you earn it. They don't give it to you.
No, you
have
gotta
to
earn it. Yeah.
but
If it's
you-
easy, it's sleazy, guys. I wouldn't be doing this. Trust me.
But you will earn enough to cover for your Mercedes. So you hear about how there's car presentations in other companies and they give them Mercedes. Well, they don't give you the Mercedes. You have to earn it. But at that level, if they want to send me some money every month to pay for my Mercedes, I'll take it. So
Any white Mercedes, they give you a car stipend for it. And guys, guess what the third level does? I mean, you got to
oh my
think
gosh,
this is a business.
yeah.
I was spending probably 60 plus hours a week in a 40-hour job. I was getting paid for 40 hours a week,
Right.
but I was working 60 plus hours a week in my job. Okay. And I was making a decent income, but not reflective of that many hours. And nobody was going to give me a car that I earned, but it wasn't possible. You couldn't even earn it in that. Now, if I get, when I get to the third level, because we're pretty close, we are, and we will. When we get to the third level, do you know that replaces my income as a nurse practitioner? And I'm not working 60 plus hours a week.
That's
And I get
crazy.
to I am working, but I get to work it on
Wait.
my time.
So you look better, you feel better. They're going to give you you're going to
I'm
earn
gonna
a car.
earn a car.
Your business is willable to your
Mhm.
family.
Mhm.
You're going to
You can
replace
earn-
your income.
Well, we've traveled together in this
That's
company too, because you can earn trips up to 2 times a year. And we were I was brand spanking new, right? And you were very new. And we both earned a trip to Cancun last spring where 2 people.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
I wonder where I got that cup
the
from.
Cancun mug. That's right. It was at the airport. I forgot. That's right. I remember that day well, kind of. But we got to go to Cancun with our family. They will pay for you plus a guest. And we actually brought our kids too.
Yeah.
I was willing to go without the kids. She made me bring the kids. But but the point is you can if you want to bring the kids, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. You pay for the kids, but there's a discounted rate for kids. And we had 5 nights at this
Oh my gosh.
all-inclusive resort. My husband was like in after that. He was like, this is sweet, because nobody has ever given us a vacation for me working my tail off. I couldn't even get vacation 6 months in advance when I had the time earned. I couldn't even get the time off
Right.
because they wanted me in clinic all the time. So I couldn't even pay for my own vacation and get a break.
I had never even been to Cancun. So this was a bucket list thing for me. So, and that's the other thing. This has been a business I'm just counting all the things that I've been benefiting from, and I'm running out of fingers, and I would put my feet up here, but I'm not that flexible.
I'm honestly,
But-
every day I
yeah.
wake up and I don't have to get up at a certain time and get showered and race to a clinic to run around all day and be told what to do. I get to help people on a holistic health and wellness journey that I know is the
Yeah.
best thing out there and that will change their lives, whether they're looking for health, wealth, or both. Whatever they want, there's so much in this that they can gain. And I'm so blessed and so grateful. And the only thing I kick myself for is not starting sooner, honestly. I should have listened to you the first time you said it on the mountain.
I have witnesses that heard that. just saying.
Well, and
So-
what's the fourth level? We should probably talk
So
about the
here's what
fourth
I'm
level.
saying. This is what we're learning is not only is this company giving me good nutrition, giving me good skincare, right? Giving me a
Yeah,
paycheck,
your skin does glow,
but
and she's half essential.
what it's also doing is it invests in me. I'm getting self-development. And with that self-development,
That's a really good point.
I get to work alongside some amazing ladies and
The
there's some men in
community.
there.
The community. Well, first of all,
Yeah.
if you would have asked me 2 years ago, hey, Linnea, let's work on some self-development. Let's meditate. I would have thought you were crazy. I'm like, I need that. Yeah, I needed that. Let me tell you, I have grown more every month. I expand and grow. I'm a better wife. I'm a better mom. I'm a better friend. I'm a better daughter, sister, because
Yeah.
of the gift that they give us of self-development. And they offer so many avenues to help us, whether it's books or giving us ways that we can do that. But the whole community, it's just, we're all
Right.
growing together and supporting each other.
So with that self-development, we're learning skills. And what happens is it kind of starts to create a leadership in us. And with that natural organic development, you start to invest in the teams. You're helping them do the same thing that you're doing. And by doing that, you can make it to the top level.
Yeah.
The top level is your national vice president.
And it's doable. And a lot of people get there. You just have to not quit and you have to stay consistent and just stay the course. And part of that is minding your mind and doing some of the activity to help with personal growth and development, which is
Yeah.
amazing. But at the
And
top level, what's that?
We're talking six figures. You're talking six
What-
figures.
6 figures, like
Yes,
more than I was making as a nurse practitioner.
six figures. It still blows my mind because
250,000.
we can be sitting
plus.
here, we can be on Zoom, we can just be sharing what we love. And they can be providing us a Mercedes payment. They can be providing something willable for my family.
Mhm.
It's our own business too. And so the other thing that's really neat is as a business owner, when I go to buy products, I'm buying from myself.
Mhm.
I can get a full catalog. Right now we have 400 items in our
Well,
catalog.
our
Toothpaste,
kids, both
deodorant.
our kids go to the same school. They're all
Yes.
going to the same school, and all of them, we're sending them boxes to their dorm.
Healthy snacks.
Yeah, I mean, they crave it, they love it, and we know that they're
Yes.
staying healthy, whether it's skin products, deodorant,
Makeup.
toothpaste. I mean, they love it. And guys, anybody who has teenagers out there knows they don't listen to their moms, right? No, they don't listen to their moms. So if your teenagers are calling you begging for a box from Arbonne with all these goodies in it, the
Yeah.
protein shake or the probiotic or the skincare, you know that we're on to something, because kids aren't going to do that, especially for their moms.
So we're out of time, but we want to answer any questions that you guys may
Yeah,
have,
let's do that.
because there's so much. We could talk about this for hours. It's a passion of ours, if you can't tell. I have met some of the best people, and they're dear friends
Here's
to
one.
me.
Here's
Yes.
something. And also whoever invited you here, like, please don't hesitate to reach out and follow up and continue this conversation, because we're not able to like personally ask you guys questions or talk with you. So we want you guys to connect with whoever invited you here, because truly there's no obligation. We're doing this because we love helping others,
Yeah.
and we just want you to hear it, and then you decide if it's a fit for you. But please get with your consultant and or not consultant, but whoever invited you to get on the call. And just if you have questions or you have any takeaways from this, ask. You know, there's no harm in asking. And someone, N. Chalice, I think, said,
Yeah.
within the past few years, I've started paying attention to labels on food, etc. The fact that Arbonne is
Mhm.
cruelty-free, plant-based, and simple ingredients, I'm in love. Yes, non-GMO, vegan. Guys, I worked in a
Plant-based.
pediatric clinic. The amount of ADHD and autism out there right now
Yes.
in these kids is insane.
Yes.
And what is it, guys? Look at our food products with all the artificial sweeteners, ingredients, processed foods, red
Mhm.
dyes. We don't have any of that. We don't have anything, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or coloring, non-GMO,
And you know
no
what I-
dairy or soy.
And you know what I noticed too? So it's halal friendly. It's not only to say that there's vegan, it's plant-based, but to be halal friendly. This is a global company. There are so many people that could benefit from these products. and there are a billion customers out there. This is going to be the gig market. There's so
Well,
many people doing
Guys,
what we're doing.
health and
But who has a
wellness,
catalog of it? We have a whole full catalog, skincare, you name
health
it.
and
So
wellness and e-commerce are like, I think it's almost a $10 trillion
Uh,
industry. And Arbonne
it's a lot of
overlaps-
zeros.
It's a lot of zeros. More than, I'm not the numbers girl, she is. But I will tell you that Arbonne overlaps both of those. And this is where, guys, just think about it. Our mall in our area closed down. Brick and mortar is closing down because people are shopping online, and we get to serve others and direct them in a way. People are spending their money. I don't want people
But
to
guess
go and
what?
waste their money on stuff that doesn't work.
I know I don't have space to stock a bunch of inventory and then turn around and go sell
Oh,
it.
you know, that's a really good point. Talk about that.
So I know we're winding up here. We're really past time, but just real quick, you don't have to buy the product. You don't have to have it delivered to you and then go deliver it to
Yeah, there's-
your person.
No inventory.
So when you have a customer and they sign up, they get their own website, they can order products direct. And if they don't, they're like, well, I'd like a sample. You know what? It's a 90-day money back guarantee. There's no risk. If you want
have
to
a
try a
great customer
protein, you want to
service.
try a skincare, you want to try the shampoo, and it's just not something for you, 90-day money back guarantee.
Mhm.
I
love
mean,
it.
there's just no risk.
Yeah, customer
there's
service
a
is insane.
Huge reward.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Well, we hope this
Yeah.
brought you some kind of value, whatever you were listening to or whatever struck a chord in your heart. And if there's any questions or anything afterwards, you can let us know. If your consultant has any questions, they can ask us, you can ask us, but reach out to them and let them know that what you heard and what you liked, or if you have any more questions. But I hope this was
I know. Awesome.
all right.
It's great stuff because I'm fueled by fizz, baby.
We are fueled by a lot of fizz. Bye, guys.
Bye.